Welcome back to part 2 of my drugstore sweat resistant makeup for summertime. Now we haven't really said anything. Part 1 is all our base cream products. Let's go in with one more cream product. This one is actually a cheek and lip stain. This is by Makeup Revolution. You can use a cream if you want. I like to use these little jelly stains, but I like to go in very minimal because these are very pigmented. This is in the shade Strawberry. I'm gonna go in with this Duo Stippling Brush by e.l.f. and I'm just lightly gonna stipple the stain. Be careful, it's very pigmented, so I would not recommend blending this out with your fingers. But I'm going to start stippling that into the face. And you just need to build up a little bit at a time. I'm going to go set this with a powder after. If you want longevity, a cream or a cheek stain is going to give you that long last. Again, we're working with very, I always take some to my eyelids as well, a little on my chin. To last all day long. You're going to go in with a loose powder before you go in with a pressed powder. So I'm going to go and set my under eye area and the center of my face, and I think I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. Just pop some in the lid, take your beauty sponge or your powder sponge, rub the excess back on your hand, and then go in after you top out any creasing that's happened with your finger. Do that first before you go in and set. I always start on the outside and I work my way in. And the reason why I do that is if I have any powder, it's going to kind of end up more on the outside and not so much in my finer lines. And then anything left over, I actually press over my brow area. Once the center of my face is set, I'm going to go in and set the brush and the cream contour. I'm going to use a finishing powder as the very last step. I already explained that in one of my videos, so if you want to go back and see what the difference is between a setting powder and finishing powder. So for bronzer, I'm going to go in with a Canadian brand. They're called Marcel Cosmetics. Comes out with a special edition. This is their summertime bronzer. I absolutely love it. This one is talc free. It does have a teeny tiny bit of sugar. I can't talk today. I was trying to say shimmer. Anyways, I'm just going to use this to set my bronzer. Looks a little crazy, I will fix it. Just go in with a little bit of my loose powder that has some color, so not a translucent powder. If you ever apply too much blush, bronzer, I just use that to blend out or take down anything that may be a little bit too pigmented. So for blush, if you don't want to use a bronzer, you can also go in with a blush that looks like a blush and a bronzer together. It's called a blush tour. Basically, they're just a really pretty, kind of more muted blush, but it looks like a bronzer and a blush mixed together. This one's by CoverGirl, and this one is called Soft Sable. Absolutely love this one. Come back for part 2 for eyes and lips, which is going to be super simple, and then we will discuss the hair situation if you're not already aware why it looks like this.